Craft the audio commentary today, guys. We're gonna be watching a replay from a Chinese series that I can't pronounce or read, but that's okay because it's a best of 3 or best of 5. Again, I have no idea what the what the order of the games are. I have no idea. So we're gonna watch game number 1. I know there's at least 2 games. We'll see if there's a 3rd, 4th, or 5th. I don't know. We'll find out. But let's go ahead and introduce our players. The map is Ancient Isles, and down in the lower right, we have the purple human spawning in. It is Thu. Eggs. On the other part of the map, the top left part of the map, upper left, top left, upper left. Yes, both of those are true, accurate descriptions. We have the red undead spawning in as WFZ. Ooh, yes indeed. One of my favorite, probably top 5, top 10 favorite players right now. WFZ is. Really love this guy, love everything he does, and I'm loving this build, what he's doing. It's a very interesting ghoul build where he's getting a bunch of ghouls. One would presume to go for a 9-minute Destro push. I mean, this could definitely go for that kind of a style, go for the early harass on the human player. You know, it's an Archmage through playing fairly standard here, so WFZ doing a little bit of what I would say innovation, because I don't think you see this against humans very much at all. Not, I mean, you see ghoul play, but what this build, I don't even know what this build is. That's okay, it doesn't matter. I mean, I know what it is. You don't ever see it against human. Oh, it's a lich. Oh, it's a lich tower push. Never mind everything I just said. It was all wrong. This is gonna be a lich. Well, isn't it? It's not a lich tower push, is it? It can't be a lich tower push. Maybe it will be a lich tower push. You will need to construct a graveyard at some point. Tis that the case? Well, I guess he wouldn't need to actually. Yeah, he would, because he needs to get the Blight Skull, at least. Unless he can somehow make a Necropolis down there in order to get some Blight. I personally feel like the Blight Skull should not require the graveyard. Is that just my undead bias? I might be, I don't know. What item is he going to get? The Thu is going to pick up the Ring of Protection +2. Thu and 2, it kind of rhymes. I like that. And then the tome, the Manual of Health, 50 HP. So he's getting some tanking stuff here. He's at 500 HP and 5 armor, which is pretty good for the Archmage early on. There's a footman to scout, figure out what's going on. He's all like, I don't know what it is yet, but I'm gonna find out. And yeah, I mean, I really don't know what's going on. Is he gonna? Okay, well, I'll tell you this. Another possible strategy with the Lich is there is a way you can play where you go and you just go for the slaughter on all of the peasants / militia when they go for the expansion here, because Lich, but you normally always see that doing fast level 3 on the Lich first, which this is not a map that is particularly conducive to that kind of leveling. So he's just going to come and harass. This is interesting. He's just coming and harassing here. He's hitting the Archmage. Is he intending to kill the Archmage? It looks like he is intending to kill the Archmage. I mean, I don't know why else he would hit the Archmage this many times. Trading blows with the Archmage, not generally considered a good idea, because your opponent can always build a shop that heals them, and the undead can't do that. But yeah, we're going to see a tech now. I am thoroughly confused. I have no idea what WFC is doing here, but I'm kind of excited. I want to know what he's doing. He's doing a good job just kind of slowing the human down. I don't, maybe Thu knows exactly what he's up against. Maybe he's seen this before, but I haven't. So, I don't know if Thu's doing a good thing or a bad thing by letting the Lich slow him down so much. I mean, there's a bunch of ghouls over here, so definitely it would be a big, hard creep to make here if you try to creep this with Militia, because Frost Nova really is going to hurt, because you have a bunch of, basically all of the human units in the early game are really weak to Frost Nova, because you got Footmen and you got Militia. They're kind of low HP, they're kind of small, they clump up really easily, and that really makes it a pain and makes Frost Nova excitingly good. Over here, we're going to see it is a Graveyard Ziggurat going up, tech, obviously. Halfway through the tech, the Archmage is going to come in here, maybe, try to do some harass. He's going to pull the creeps because he knows that'll do some extra damage to the ghouls, and then he can turn around and actually take this fight with the ghouls taking a little bit more extra damage than what WFZ would want to take there. He's going to lose that gold, but it's going to die to the creep, not to Thu, so he's not going to end up feeding XP there like he could have easily done that. Not going to see any harass because the Lich has made it back this way. Will we see those water elementals going down? Thing is you can't, if you're going to fighting the water elementals is really hard. We're going to see the first Frost Nova go down on a Footman. we're going to see that Lich taking a whole lot of damage. It's going to be really hard to keep him alive against this, actually, because there's no boots of speed on him, so he's still pretty slow. He doesn't really have anywhere to run, and he doesn't have tier 2 to get the potions of healing yet. He can get more skeleton rods, but look at this. He's just going to either die or TP1, and he's just going to suicide it. There's really no survival for that, and so I think this is actually a really good plan that Thu has done here. But also, I wouldn't say what WFZ has done is a failure, because the human hasn't gone for a fast expansion now, which is an interesting thing. It did cost him a lot of XP. His opponent has a lot more XP than him at this point. It's going to cost him some economy, and it's going to cost him a couple of units. But other than that, you know, he's actually slowed the human down from going for the fast expansion. That does mean we're going to see tech out of his opponent, though, so tech is on the way. Keep getting close to done. You're going to see the Halls of the Dead finishing first, rather over the keep. That's okay, because it's really not too far behind, as you can see. That'll finish in like 15 seconds. The Lich is back out, but he's still level 1. It's very difficult to do anything with a level 1 Lich against a level 2 Archmage. This is about to be a level 3 Archmage when it becomes really hard to do anything with the Lich. And now we're going to see Boots of Speed being picked up, and the Militia. Now he's going to come on his way over here to creep. And that means he's going to get a very fast level 3 on the Archmage, wherever it just went. I don't even know. Oh, it's up here. And here comes the kind of counter harass from WFZ. And again, there are all those units that are clumped up really well, so maybe he can make something happen here with the good Frost Novas, but he's only got one because he did die, and he's going to have to micro this really phenomenally. There is boost of speed on the Archmage at this point, so he could literally just kind of chase that Lich out of here if he wanted to. He doesn't really want to so much, I guess, because creeping this out is a little bit more important. But there was a big clump. Nice, super good Frost Nova, but ultimately not really doing a lot. I don't think it's going to net him any kills unless Thu miss micros this a little bit. Which he could do. He could miss micro this. But that footman dying wasn't even, I don't think that was even a footman that got caught in the first Frost Nova. And there's not a second Frost Nova. So this is not really a good harass at all by WFZ. He's kind of just thrown the entire early game away because Thu didn't go for that early expansion attempt. So I don't know. I don't know if I like this build yet. Maybe it just needs some tweaks. You know, maybe it just needs some tweaks. The Death Knight is out, so he got the Death Coil on the Lich to heal it up a little bit. Trying to get the DK over here to make some skeletons, do some stuff. Not really going to happen. Having to retreat it because he would have got surrounded. Plus, he needs to keep healing the Lich because the Lich is just going to keep dying otherwise. Since it's a level 3 Archmage spamming level 2 Water Elementals, it's just going to destroy. Absolutely destroy ghouls. We do see a Slaughterhouse as well as tier 3 coming up for the Undead player. Only one Slaughterhouse. So if it is going to be a Destro push of any sort, it's going to be kind of weak. Which is weird, because if he did the double Slaughterhouse, oh, he's going to lose that Lich too, because he's going to get bolt surrounded just like that. Maybe he'll TP. If he TP'd, that'd be a good idea, because he would have saved the Death Knight too, but now he's going to lose the Death Knight as well. And this Fiend. Or maybe he's not going to lose the Death Knight, because he's going to lose the Fiend instead. Well, I mean, this is not really brilliant, is it? No. No, it's not. He is getting a statue out. I mean, a Destro push would be really strong if it was hitting at 9 minutes, because it's 8:30 minutes, and that means if he was doing like a normal Destro push, it would have hit just about right now. Well, not right now, but here in about 20 seconds. So that would have been, obviously that would have taken this down, but it's not happening. You can see this just beginning to research. It's going to take quite a while for that to finish. And he's not got a second Slaughterhouse to be pumping out statues while that's finishing, while that's researching rather. He's going to get to Orb of Corruption, which is going to help him quite a bit. Maybe he can get us around on the Mountain King, which would be really good. It would force either a TP or a kill, both, which would be really fantastic at this point. Over here we do have the Death Knight summoning some skeletons and fighting that. That's kind of cool. He has managed to surround the Mountain King. He's going to pick off the Mountain King, level 2 on the Lich now, finally picking up level 2, really good. And he can kill quite a few of these footmen because he's got the Orb of Corruption, plus he's got the Nerubian Citadel, or the Nerubian Tower and the Black Citadel, slowing things down. Going to lose the statue. Losing the statue is really dreadful. I think he even canceled Destroyer Research at this point. There's not really any point to rush for it. He could definitely use the statues more. I just can't believe he didn't go for a second Slaughterhouse. I don't know if he just didn't have the resources for it or something, but it just doesn't make any sense. It's gonna hit so late if it hit. I mean, it doesn't make. Yeah, I don't know what to say about it. Didn't really do a whole lot actually with the Death Knight over here. As you can see, a lot of low HP stuff, but not really seeing any skeletons. They would have been turned into rods, but he's only got 140 XP, which means that he didn't really do a whole lot down there. The Archmage is going to be running across the map. Mountain King with the clarity saying, what's up? You know, how you doing? Blacksmith going down. Could be seeing a Rifle Caster type strategy. Probably seeing that because he's going castle. If he's going castle, he can probably expect, well, I say rifle caster, probably going to be seeing a Knight Griffin and maybe some Spellbreakers. Knight Griffins, some priests, some sorks, you know, just a little, just an amalgamation of like all the human units, but mainly probably going to be Griffin Riders and Knights. Obviously, if there are need for flying machines, we'll see those as well. Really, human in this position can do a lot because this was barely harassed. I mean, this costs pretty much just the face value to put up, and you never want the human to be getting an expansion that costs just face value. And by face value, I mean pretty much just costs what you see. Like, there's a bunch of peasants, okay, he had to make those. There's a town hall, he had to make that, and there's, you know, 5 towers there, he had to make those. Face value. He didn't really lose a lot else. He might have lost 1 or 2 other peasants, but that's literally about it. So that is a really, really good thing for the human player. It is delayed quite a bit. Obviously, we saw that it didn't get it up till tier 2, but that's not dreadful for the human. It just means that they're paying less. It just means they're being more efficient. Everything is a little bit later for them, but the way that the undead's played here, everything's a little bit later for them as well. We're gonna see these water elementals in the back. They're gonna try to pick off some acolytes. They could probably do that. I don't know if they will. They probably won't though. We're gonna see the Dark Ranger taking some serious focus. Level 2 on the Death Knight, not brilliant either. Level 2 on the Lich though, always good. Do we see any of these guys go down? No acolytes went down. That's good. But this thing is still alive, so who knows what he's gonna do. Seeing some more creeping coming out of the undead player. Creeping is very important in this situation. XP is his only salvation right now. This is one of those maps. It's similar to Echo Isles. I think it's much better balanced than Echo Isles, but it's similar where you only have the 1 expansion for each player. Basically, that's how the map is split up. We did see an acolyte going down right there. There's one over here still pushed around. These water elementals are doing a really good job harassing, but the undead's going to move his way back, and he is actually going to go for an acolyte over here, which means he's going for an expansion. An expansion would be a good thing for him in this game because his opponent has an expansion, and he could use one. I'm gonna be seeing flying machines and knights. Okay, well that is more the Thu style instead of griffins. I guess it's true. It doesn't make a lot of sense that he's getting flying machines, I don't think, because there's only 1 slaughterhouse. So I guess he just doesn't like. I don't understand. I don't know. I mean, they're good units, but seeing what he's seen, there's not really anything for them to kill. He could go for the upgrade where they drop missiles. I can never remember what that's called. The missile upgrade. And then he could harass the expansion with it. These are really versatile units, actually. So I can see why he gets them. Yeah, so there it is. The flying machine bot. It's not really all that creative of a name, actually. Arcane Sanctum's 2 going up right over here. He's going to go ahead and try to kill the towers. He does actually have destroyers. I guess that's good, but it's coming out of 1 slaughterhouse. There's not really, I mean, he's going to lose it. It looks like the towers. It goes down to towers. So at least it's not giving XP, but losing it like that kind of sucks. But basically, those things are useless. When you don't have enough to really take down towers, even with everything else, it's just not enough to really have a. You don't have the big mana ball that allows you just to like instantly destroy a whole bunch of towers. Seeing that Lich take mass amounts of damage, he has already been coiled, so he's gonna go down, and that's not good. That was his main hero with the majority of his XP. He's gonna kill the Paladin, picks up level 3 on the Death Knight. It's an okay trade, but the Paladin's level 1 and the Lich is level 3, so not really that great. Also, as these flying machines kind of begin to rack up a little bit, the extraordinarily low number of destroyers is going to have absolutely no way to deal with that. And then they're going to come over here now and start doing some harass to kind of split the undead across the map, which he can't really do because he doesn't really have anything. So he just has to give up trying to harass us, which means we're going to see breakers coming out, and breakers are really good. He wants, obviously, ideally, he wants to like just keep engaging the human player, but it's not really going to happen. Fiends would shut this down okay. They would shut it down okay. Fiends with web, you can have like just 3 or 4 fiends there. Problem is, you know, they're fiends. They're not great. He's gonna have them. He's got them in the main army. You kind of need them against all these units. He did have really good luck with these books of the undead. That's the second one that he has now, or books of the dead rather. And we're gonna see some fighting going on. Could potentially get a kill on the Mountain King because there is no staff and the Paladin is still silenced. So no Holy Light, and he's actually going to go down just as the silence wears off. So that's a pretty good pick off on the Mountain King. These little skeleton warriors doing a fantastic job for him. But ultimately, he's not going to do much else at this other than just kind of fight and keep the human army at low numbers, which is good. Like, it's not bad. He's fighting 37 supply to 64. So naturally, he's probably not going to win these fights. But he can do a good job just dealing with the human heroes. Every time he comes in for these towers, I don't really understand why he would do that. Because, I don't know, maybe he just assumes Thu is going to his base and he wants to try to... That could be it. I don't know, but it's a heck of a call to make, I will say. And then, yeah, the flying machines go for the statue. Always a good choice if you have them. Doesn't even look like there's web research because they're not really webbing anything. It's not even researched. So this is actually in... Never mind, there's a knight. One singular knight can actually shut down your expansion. Pretty bad as an undead because you don't have any kind of defense at it, and building up defense costs a lot. So, I don't know. I feel like it's crazy that he's attacking this. I don't know what he's trying to accomplish here. I'll be honest. I guess he's trying to win the game. Because if he can kill everything, if he can convincingly win the fight, which he maybe can do, because the Paladin's only level 1 and the Mountain King's dead right now, so that's good. Getting surrounded in range of the towers, not good. Not something you want to be doing. And he's losing a lot of XP here. The Paladin going down... or a lot of mana here, I'm sorry, on the Death Knight. Paladin has also died at this point. Flying machines, whew, I don't know. This one knight has completely shut down this expansion. I don't know. It's interesting. I wonder if he would not be better off having defended the expansion and fought there. I realize that it's almost inviting tanks which is not a position that you really want to be in, but he finally has web, so he's like, I'm going to show you I have web. There's not a lot going to get done with that. Mount King is back out, going to silence it. Good call to silence it. Going to try to focus it down, but it's going to get microed behind that line of Spellbreakers, which is now forming a good choke point. It's going to actually force the Fiends to kind of run back. This is just looking bad. I mean, at this point, we can see the 67 food, 73 food, whatever, with a little bit in production over here. Army versus... It's, you know, this is not a lot of food. You have 3 heroes and then like 2 fiends and a statue. That's like 35 food. It's not much. The Mountain King will go down. He's doing a good job, but he's not going to have the mana. He's going to get maybe losing the Lich. The Lich is going to die as well there. Paladin's back out. Paladin now level 2. And the Paladin now has Divine Shield, so you're not probably killing him again for a while. Yeah, there's an Abomination out, which is good. That'll help fight with the Spellbreakers a lot, but they're 2-0, and there's no upgrades over here for the undead units at all, compared to 2-0 on the Spellbreakers. So they're doing a fair amount of damage. They're still fairly tanky. They have 600 HP with 3 armor. It's actually kind of difficult to kill them. They're doing pretty good against piercing, which is fiends, because as you can see, they take reduced damage. They take extra damage from the Abomination's normal attack, so that's good. Frenzy Ghouls are actually the ideal counter to Spellbreakers in my experience, but the human spells kind of make it so going Frenzy Ghouls not really the best thing. It's not the most ideal. The Lich is gonna die, and this fight is pretty much over. Yeah, so good game. WFZ just got that game was weird. He started out with something interesting, and I think Thu just completely shut it down because that Lich kind of push really looks like it was banking on Thu going for that fast expansion with all of his peasants out there, all those footmen, and then having 2 Frost Novas just to do massive amounts of damage, get lots of XP, level up, and then, you know, go for some probably would have been the traditional 9-minute Destro push, and that would have worked great, but Thu saw it, read it, and countered it. And then the rest of the game was just kind of awkward fumblings from WFZ. He tried, but he was kind of behind the rest of the game, so it was, I don't know. But that's game number 1. There's game number 2. We're about to pop in. So if you're watching on YouTube, then this is where I normally would say goodbye, but because it's all streamed live now, I haven't quite got these transitions worked out. But here's what we're going to start doing. We're going to break. We'll be right back for game number 2. Don't wait up. Wait, that phrase isn't... Whatever.